Arsenal were terrible. 2 drop points, and we were lucky Arsenal didn't lose the game in the end. You guys in the comments, let me know what you think. It's been your boy Tops. Arsenal won, Brentford won at the G-Tech Stadium. And in the end, man, Arsenal were looking to get out there with a point because that second half, they were getting bombarded with set pieces, man. But it's a poor performance, another poor performance by Arsenal. Tough place to go. Brentford have got a really good home form. But what was that performance for Arsenal, especially in that first half? One shot the entire half, and it wasn't even on target. Like, it was so poor, not good enough, man. If you're going to win this league, you've got to have better performances. You can't waste whole halves of football, bro. Like, it just cannot happen if you're going to win that Premier League. And for me, it is a bit of a worry about Arsenal in terms of pressure. I've been saying it since August. Pressure, man. Arsenal, when it comes to pressure, when we have to play after City, when City have won and the pressure's on, we drop points against Nottingham Forest when they lost to Man United. We drop points against Liverpool when we played on a Thursday night, the last of the game. And it's another game on a Thursday. We haven't won. 1-1 draw away from home. Yes, these are tough fixtures, but you expect Arsenal to kind of show a bit of character when we play last to kind of win the game and keep the lead going. Now it's down to 4 points, 26 games. And yeah, man, momentum is obviously in Manchester City's favour. They've won against Liverpool. They beat Fulham. And now the points have dropped down to 4. And yeah, man, it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. But yeah, onto the game. Like I said, man, in the first half, Arsenal were very poor. They were lacking intensity. They were lacking speed when it comes to their passing. And they were losing a lot of first balls and second balls in that kind of first half. Brentford had a very good structure in terms of their kind of defensive lineup. They were very compact, very disciplined in terms of where they had the ball off the ball. And they were winning a lot of second balls, man. Those 50-50 challenges, they were kind of getting the first and the better of Arsenal in that first half. And then, man, I'm just thinking, well, Arsenal need to kind of show a little bit something. The title's on the line here. We need to kind of win every single game, really, and keep it in our hands. The more points we drop, the more drop points we have, the more kind of encouragement you give to Manchester City. And in that first half, we just didn't show. We actually could have been 1-0 down. A mistake from David Raya allowed Brentford to put the ball into the box, and it's Thiago with a header, point-blank range. Probably should have scored. It wasn't a really good save by Raya, making up for his, obviously, error of keeping the ball, giving the ball straight to Brentford. But again, that was kind of the only chance of the first half. But Brentford were just more in the ascendancy in terms of looking like more likely to score. Arsenal just didn't offer anything going forward at all, man. Kind of spell of possession. But yeah, was not really playing very well, man. And like I said, we just felt like we wasted the first half. We go into the second half. Odegaard comes on for Eze, who again, I feel like with Eze, man, why he didn't kind of have a particular great performance himself, I do feel like we don't pass with the ball in those kind of key areas for him to kind of damage opponents quick enough, side to side to side. There has to be a split decision where you have to pass it into him very quickly. But again, it is on him to kind of make an impact. And he doesn't. But at the same time, he has a poor half. He gets 45 minutes. All the players get poor halves or poor games, and they're staying in the team longer, man. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's a weird one with him, man. But yeah, moving on to the second half, Odegaard came on and actually had a positive impact. And the team definitely did it as well. It looks like Arteta obviously had stern words with them in the second half or in the first half because that performance wasn't good enough. They were passing a bit more quicker, a bit more intensity, a bit more assertiveness. A couple of block shots from Trossard, and I think Declan Rice it was. But again, still no kind of chances to kind of test Kelleher. And then a goal, a quality goal actually, a ball in by Nkapie, great delivery in, and it was actually Nani Madueke. I thought was having an okay game before that. But yeah, it's a fantastic header, to be fair, into the back of the net, into the far corner to make it 1-0 to Arsenal. Saka was going to come on. Obviously, he delayed it for about 10 minutes and then brought him on afterwards. But yeah, but then after that, I can't lie, it was all Brentford, man. Brentford kind of stepped it up a gear and they were winning a lot of corners, a lot of throw-ins. They were making it a real kind of problem for Arsenal to kind of get out of their half. Arsenal didn't really have another spell of kind of dominance in the game after that, man. Saka came on and I thought he was absolutely terrible. I don't think he was fully fit. Obviously, they've rushed him back. Remember, the kind of a normal diagnosis was he was going to be back maybe for the Spurs game. It's a week earlier. I don't know why. If the guy is racing to be fit, bro, if you got a real kind of diagnosis of the timeline and he comes back sooner, brother, like, you obviously know he's not going to be fully fit. Otherwise, you wouldn't have that original timeline to begin with. There's no point coming back and he's not contributing. And he was awful, man, when he came on. Who else came on? Calafiori, and Calafiori and Martinelli came on later towards the obviously game. But yeah, obviously Saka comes on. I think he gives away a long throw, and then from that long throw, a long throw comes in flick on by their centre-back, and then it's poor defended by Odegaard, lets them lose part of 3 at the back stick with a header to pull it into the back of the net to make it 1-1, which on the balance of play, to be fair, from first half to second half, you probably say was probably fair, to be honest with you. I think Brentford was a better team in the first half, even though they didn't create a lot. They were very good defensively, and I think just in those 50-50 second ball challenges, wanted the ball more. But Arsenal were poor, man, from that kind of spell. The only kind of spell in the game that were decent was from the 45 minutes to kind of the 65. And then it was, for me, it was all Brentford. A couple of opportunities. I feel like Gabriel was very lucky not to get sent off. Gonna call it how you see it when Arsenal obviously get decisions against them. We're quick to say this referee should have done this. But for this one, Gabriel definitely should have got a second yellow, man, because again, he had a foul. I think it was on Atara. Didn't get the ball. Obviously, the challenge was like waist high, and he was on a yellow card. The referee opted not to do that, so we were lucky then. And then Thiago had an opportunity at the end where he got past Mascara. Great recovery blocked by Mascara to probably save a goal scoring opportunity, another one, to keep it at 1-1. Then obviously Martinelli has a golden opportunity, man, in the 90th minute, injury time. Timber goes clearing through. Before that, actually, before obviously they scored, Declan Rice, man, has a great opportunity, man. I think Odegaard wins the ball back, passes it into Declan Rice. Declan Rice just needs to shoot straight away. He hesitates, and then he tries to play it out to Gyökeres. But again, it was one of those ones where it was the pass was never on. It was just up to Declan Rice to take control and shoot. That would have made it 2-0, probably game over. Doesn't do it, and then we end up not winning the game. And yeah, back to obviously what I was saying. It was actually a great ball from Gyökeres, who I actually thought had a decent game in terms of his hold-up play. He was winning the ball, holding it up, laying it off. Actually, probably the best I've seen him play in terms of like his actual hold-up play. Didn't get any chances, but again, I don't think Arsenal played particularly well anyway. I don't think anyone really got any clear-cut chances, bar obviously Martinelli at the end, Declan Rice, and obviously the goal wasn't really a clear-cut chance. So yeah, man. But yeah, obviously Gyökeres plays a good ball into Timber. He has a couple of bad touches that brings the ball behind him. Really should be charging through, man, and just shooting. He lays it off to Martinelli, who has a good opportunity. He takes a touch that allows Kelleher to smother him, and then he saves it, man. But Martinelli, as soon as he gets the touch, should just hit that first time and try and put it into the back of the net before the keeper can save himself. That was obviously Arsenal's last opportunity of the game. And yeah, it ends up finishing 1-1. But at the end, man, I'm thinking we were pretty lucky to get a draw, man. I'm thinking at the end, we were really holding on. They were flinging in balls into the box. Ray was punching ones out. They were getting corners. And yeah, man, not good enough, man. Not good enough in terms of the performance-wise. And obviously the result is, well, 2 points dropped. Again, giving City a lot of encouragement, man. And we've been here before, haven't we? We've been here before, man. So we have to move on. We obviously, that's another, to be fair, another hard away game. We have to kind of make up for it and try and obviously beat Wolves now. And then we have to beat Spurs now. I feel like we could probably, because again, we weren't going to win every single game. Obviously, the sooner you win the games, the better, of course. But I feel like we probably had one draw in us in terms of these kind of buffer of games, which was Brentford away, Wolves away, Spurs away, and Chelsea at home. I think this is the draw done, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? I think you have to win the next 3 now. I know that obviously difficult games, you have to just win the minute. So we'll have to wait and see, man. But overall, man, poor performance, man. I thought Saka was very, very poor, like I said. Calafiori, Martinelli should have scored at the end. And yeah, man, I think Odegaard had a good kind of 15, 20 minutes, but then faded and was at fault for the goal. Should have been stronger, man, defensively for that goal. So yeah, I do put the blame on him as well, to not keeping that out, and with poor marking, poor concentration, man. So overall, man, poor all round, bro. Poor all round. In terms of the Mikel Arteta, I think it was more to do with the players, if I'm being honest, man, with this game. They were just losing second balls. They didn't feel like they wanted it in terms of the aggression that you have to match it in away games, man. Brentford, Sunderland, Brighton to an extent, Bournemouth, these kind of games, the high intensity games, especially away from home, you've got to match their energy. They're going to win second balls. They've got pace in behind in their attack. They've got players that can hurt you, man. You've got to challenge them and making sure physically you match them bar for bar, man. So yeah, poor all round, and 2 drop points, and City will be licking their lips. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this overall result. Is it advantage City? You guys in the comments let me know. And yeah, that's it from me, man. So next time, people, don't hate to play the game. And I'm out, man. Peace and love.